The natives are restless. Why, you ask? Here are the reasons the natives are restless. Because it's Sunday. And if you follow me, you know that Sunday is what day? Sunday is pasture rotation day. If you're not familiar with pasture rotation, we are going to move the horses from the pasture they're in right now and rotate them to another pasture. They've been in this pasture now for 7 days. We always move them on Sunday. That also means, especially at this time of the year, that if they've been on this grass for 7 days, they've eaten most of the pasture down. So there's not a whole bunch of grass in here for them to eat anymore. It's another reason we move them. We give the ground a break, give the horses some new grass to graze on. Oh goodness, Fleur is gonna go after somebody. But it's also time for the horses to eat. So, and we're getting out here a little later than usual, so they might be a little bit hangry and they might start stirring around a little bit. And it may or may not get more exciting, who knows. Tess has a very, very authoritative persona about her, so they all respect her and they will all behave around her. She's gonna let Fleur out first. I'm gonna let Queen out too. And this is just a special privilege that they get because we medicate Fleur. So we got into the habit of doing this and it works well. The other 4 know that they can't come out yet, so they stay in. You see June didn't even try and move. That was not Boss trying to get through the gate. That was Boss running away from Boone a little bit. But it's just the usual thing that we do on Sunday. Don't tell me these horses don't have a clock inside of them. So we will go ahead and get into the barn and get the food ready and then bring everybody in. Whoop, little bite on the fanny, you never hurt anybody. June just pushed Boss a little bit. Yeah, I'll get a little bit hangry. I don't know about you guys, but I definitely get a little bit hangry when I'm beyond time to eat. Ugh, listen to Missy in the background, my God. Oh, the whining. Anywho, that's what we're doing tonight. It's Sunday, it's pasture rotation day. We're about to rotate the horses. It'll take us about 20 minutes to get the food ready. And then we'll go ahead and bring them in, feed them. I will walk that fence line. You guys can come with me if you want. We might do that. And then we'll move them into the new pasture. Also, I'm gonna feed these cats. So Miss Whiny Missy will stop whining. Missy! Okay, so we're letting Fleur and Queen in, and they need to act like ladies to do so. Fleur just keeps watching Tess through the windows so she can figure out which door Tess is going to open. So she's figured out that Tess is opening the front door. There's the Queen. Uh-oh. Hang on, Queenie. Let me get Fleur here. Go, baby. Oh my goodness. There you go, big one. Alright, those 2 are in and we will go get the other 2. Alright, let's get the other 4. We got Boss and June. Oh, Boone, did you talk? And we have Boone and Jax, and Tess and I will get Boone and Jax first, and then we will come back and get June and Boss. Alright, we're gonna get the last 2, so we have June and Boss, and it definitely helps keep the chaos down to bring the horses in the same order every day, because then they figure out that's how long it's gonna take, that's how long they have to wait. We gotta make sure that they don't get near the gate. And Tess is probably gonna move June, she's a little close. And then we'll get these 2 haltered and bring them in. Everybody's in and eating. So the next process is gonna be shut off this fence. We have solar panels. We don't need that on because we're moving them. We'll just let it keep charging. And once we put them in the wooded pasture, we're gonna come back and clean up all this manure in this pasture, drag it with the chain harrow, so that'll fertilize the pasture. And the topic lately has been parasites, so the sun will kill the parasites. So you know, it's a win-win that way. You're fertilizing the pasture with the manure and you're killing the parasites in the manure. Be right back. Okay, so we have some hay. I have 6 big fat flakes of hay ready to go. I'm going to put them in the new pasture. But first we're going to turn on this solar panel. Oh, there we go. And we're going to go ahead and take the chain off. Take the handle off because we're about to put them in here. We keep a double-sided clip with a chain on every gate just as a backup plan because sometimes horses fight. We do keep the hot wire with the handles over all of our gates so that they don't pester the gate, but that doesn't mean they're not gonna get into it sometimes, and sometimes they run into the gate. And physically, if they make the gate come off the latch, then at least we have the chain as backup. So I'm gonna put some hay out here and walk the fence line and make sure everything's okay. Okay, so I have put out flakes of hay for the horses. When we turn them out, Tess has already turned out Boss. That's because he likes to pee in his stall as soon as he eats, and it's Sunday and we don't want to have to clean up anything extra. We already have a lot of stuff to do. And as soon as I get everybody else turned out, I'm going to walk the fence line, but I've already spotted something that is questionable. There are some enormous mushrooms down there, and some mushrooms carry toxins that can cause horses to have seizures. So I'm going to get a glove and a bag, and I'm going to pick them up and throw them away so that they don't continue to reproduce and the horses don't mess with them, and then all is well. I'll be back. Okay, so I have my bag and I have my glove on. I want to show you how huge these mushrooms are. I'm going to go ahead and pick them, and I hope my bag can fit them all. Look at I don't have small hands either. Look at the size of this mushroom. So I'm going to pick those because I don't know what kind of mushrooms they are. They might, for all I know, be perfectly fine. Or on the other hand, they have toxins in them, and I don't want my horses messing with them. So we're going to go ahead and pick them. And everything else, all the limbs and things that came down out of the trees from the hurricane were all picked up the other day. So I'm going to take care of this problem, and then I'm going to walk the fence line. I'll be back. Something else I do on Sundays is I get all the rags together that we've used all week and all of the English pads, the dirty English pads, and I'm going to wash those. And especially with the horses having a little bit of rain rot from the hurricane rain, that's a fungus, it's a skin fungus that they can, from their hair being wet, that they can pass to one another. So I'm going to go ahead and wash all these pads. I'll be back. Okay, I got the pads in the washer, and of course we replenish supplies on Sundays, and then I'm going to go out there and walk the pasture, but we are going to have to clean up the stalls also, which means filling up the water buckets, hay bags, sweeping underneath the feeders, and we wipe out our feeders. See how dirty that is? That's Jackson's, so we wipe it out just to try and keep the rodents away. I'm sure our barn cats have a great hand in that, but that really, really helps, and it smells clean in here too. I'll be back. Look at all these barn cats. Speaking of rodent control, you got Maverick, you got Misa, she's the mother who had Maverick, and Missy, the calico cat, in this very hay row. Mr. Bingley is not the daddy. He was already neutered when I got him, and he was here first. But that is my rodent control. They're on break, just so you know. Barn cats gotta take breaks too, you know. They work hard. Okay, so I'm about to walk the fence line and checking the water and make sure it's fine and it's clean. Good to go. You can hear it running. I'm gonna check all the fence lines. Make sure there aren't any soft areas around any of the stumps. Make sure all of the isolators are connected to the hot wire. Hot wire's on. Good to go. We already picked up the mushrooms. And here's a little fun fact. The horses, every time they get turned into a new pasture, there's certain places that they like to go to look for new grass that they like. Look at Boone way down in the back. He's got a spot down there that he really likes. That's also very close to where the mushrooms were, so I'm very glad that we already picked those up. And these three lovelies are just enjoying some of that nice green grass on top there. Isn't that the prettiest lighting? Goodness me. All right, I'm gonna go walk the rest of the fence. Make sure everything's okay, and I will be back. Oh, and Tess has already started with the manure. Our tractor's in the tractor shop, tractor hospital, so she's getting some in the wheelbarrow, putting it in piles. I will go help her when I'm done in the barn, and we'll line all this up on fence line and run it over with the chain harrow. I'll be back. Jax felt the need to say hi while we're walking the fence line. Hello, my boy. Hey. And you know how we were talking about rain rot from the hurricane rain? Let me show you. Jax actually has dandruff. I know it's personal, but I'm going to tell him. He's got a little bit of dandruff here. And that's just some rain rot that got into his mane hairs. See these little bumps right here? There's little scabs under there. It's just fungus from them being so wet. See that little scab? See that? Let me show you again. What they really need is antifungal powder, which of course I'm out of. Coat Defense makes a really nice one. Or they can have an ice bath. I'll be back. We have a little nature on our little on our walk. Literally just saw a squirrel and a chipmunk at the same time. Don't you love being outside? Just walking the fence line. Okay, well, we've got the barn all cleaned up. Feeders are wiped out, and everybody's hay bags are full, water buckets are full and clean, swept everything out, blew out the barn aisle. Tess is back there. She's dragging the pasture. That's about it. She's dragging it. You can see where she's made her first run there. And she will just keep running it over until it looked like it wasn't there before. And that's about it, guys. Thank you all for your help today. Thanks for going with me and joining me on this Sunday. This way you can see just how much work it is on Sunday. However, I wouldn't have it in any other way. I know I'm a lucky girl and sometimes I have to pinch myself. It's a lot of work, but I love being outside and it's worth every single minute of it. If you guys have any questions or comments about any of the things that we did today on Pasture Rotation Day, put them in the comment section. Let me know. You know I always love to hear from you. If you have any questions about horses, let me know. And as always, I hope